Salute everybody. Salute. Salute. I want to welcome everybody to this demonstration. Shocking news. Rick Ross attacked after a concert in Canada for allegedly playing Kendrick Lamar's "They Not Like Us." Yes, we're going to definitely dig deep and chop it up and see what's going on. What made Rick Ross play the song? Who was it that was involved? But before we get started with this demonstration, I need to read my copyright disclaimer. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Everything that you hear in this demonstration is for entertainment and educational purposes only. It's all allegedly. All right? Once again, this demonstration is for entertainment and educational purposes only. Everything that you hear is all allegedly. Allegedly, and there's receipts. But Rick Ross was doing a concert over in Canada. After the concert, he's playing Kendrick Lamar's "They Not Like Us." Now, some people that's new to the situation, some people that's green to the situation, for those that don't understand, well, Shank, what does a song have to do with it? Why would they attack him? Why would they jump him and his entourage, allegedly? But why would they attack them just because Rick is playing Kendrick Lamar's song? Well, Kendrick Lamar and Drake has been beefing with each other for some time now. Allegedly, the Kendrick Lamar's song, "They Not Like Us," allegedly is Kendrick taking shots at Drake. I know, Shank, what do Rick got to do with it? Exactly. I'm trying to figure out myself, why would Rick Ross put himself in that predicament? It's a fade. A fade is two people going at each other, either physically, mentally, or spiritually. A fade is a fade. You got to let them two individuals handle their business. So if Drake and Kendrick have been handling their business, what does Rick Ross have to do with this? Salute, Miss Parker. I see you, Miss Parker. Appreciate you for pulling up. We talk about this all the time on this Red Act. I've done several demonstrations on this same topic, but we talk about this all the time in the YouTube streets. Everybody's fight is not your fight. We get caught up in other people's fights. We get caught up in other people's battles. And when it plays out, the two people that the beef was between, when it plays out, those two eventually shake hands, eventually have a drink, eventually squashes their beef. Now, if you hopped in somebody else's beef, when those two people squash their beef and, air out their differences and move forward, guess who's on the sideline looking dumb? Because one thing I don't forget, and I'm sure you, him, and everybody else is the same way as me. One thing we don't forget who was cheering for the op. I don't forget who's cheering for my ops. I know Miss Parker don't forget who's cheering for her ops when her ops comes for her. We see it all the time. I've witnessed it all the time. And that's why I'll say it again. Everybody's fight is not your fight. Now, Rick Ross then stepped into the issue. Rick Ross then stepped into the beef between Kendrick and Drake. For whatever reason. All right. Salute Swinny. Salute Swinny. Appreciate you for pulling up. Rick Ross then stepped into somebody else's fight. Now, since Kendrick and Drake been beefing, Kendrick hasn't received a fingertip on him. He hasn't been attacked physically that we know of. Here's another thing that always happens. I watched this play. I've been watching this play all my life. I've been watching it all my life. The people that don't have nothing to do with that beef, that hops in the beef, they end up losing their life. They end up losing their freedom behind it. So now Rick Ross, allegedly, he done hopped in this thing with Drake and Kendrick, right? And what happens to Rick? Rick gets attacked. If it's nothing that you learn from me, learn this. Mind your business. Everybody's fight is not your fight. I don't care how cool they is with you. I don't care y'all relationship. Now, if it's a situation where as though somebody's trying to take somebody else's head off, yeah, I get that. But this petty beef, this petty stuff that's going on, salute Big Von. Appreciate you for pulling up, Big Von. This little petty stuff that's going on, this wordplay back and forth, you diss me, I diss you. When it's something like that, stay out of it. That's why I never get involved when it's beef. Even when it's relationship beef, when it's relationship issues, I never get involved. I don't want to hear. I don't want to hear. Yeah, Shank, let me tell you what my girlfriend did. I don't want to hear. Yeah, Shank, let me tell you what my boyfriend, I don't want to hear. Because the minute that I jump in it and take your side, salute Abdul, I see you, Abdul, salute Abdul. The minute I jump in it and take your side, a week later, you and so-and-so gonna get back to being cool, and so-and-so gonna remember. They're gonna remember that I took that person's side. Listen, people do not forget. People do not forget those that are cheering for the ops. If me and a person is into it, stay out of it. I've been preaching this for the longest time. Salute Trelane, salute Trelane. So Rick Ross is in Canada. That's where Drake is from. If ain't nobody else riding for Drake, you know them folks in Canada is riding for them. That's just like me and Trelane get into it. Let's say me and Trelane get into it. Okay, and let's say I go to New York and I'm walking around Trelane's hood. His whole hood know that me and Trelane been into it. I'm walking around his whole hood. What you think gonna happen to me? Abdul says, oh gosh, here comes Shank and his BS. Trelane says, straight disrespect to play Drake this song in his own time. Come on, Trelane. That's like I said, me and you beefing. I'm in the heart of New York. I'm in your hood in New York. And I'm walking around dissing you and playing diss records about you. You already know your hood gonna rise up to the occasion. Even folks in your hood that don't like you, they gonna rise up to the occasion because they gonna look at it like, man, who is Shank to be coming in our territory? You know what I mean? So Trelane says exactly. Ross was asking for it. Come on, Trelane. I mean, Ross. Come on. You know what I mean? And I got a question Rick Ross because everything that Rick Ross had been through. And then Rick Ross been out for some years. Rick Ross, you know, he doing this thing. Why would you insert yourself into some street-ish? Like I ain't inserting myself into no street-ish, especially if it don't concern me. But we're going to get into some of this footage, and we're going to listen to some of the commentary from other people. Drop a one if y'all have already saw the footage. Drop a one if y'all have already saw the footage. Trelane says he should have performed Rick Ross songs only and kept it moving. Exactly. You know, it's like maybe y'all can help me understand what made Rick Ross play Kendrick's song. Like, what are you looking for? But let's go to some commentary, y'all. Not going to lie, but you look like. Salute, Captain Blue. Salute, salute, salute. A lot of people say I look like Terry Crews. A lot of people say I look like Terry Crews. But let's check out some of the commentary and let's see what other folks are saying. So this is the actual. All right, let's ride, y'all.
Here and man, oh man, what a weekend we had. Only to wake up this morning and realize that Rick Ross was in Canada, Vancouver, Canada to be exact, and had a wild ass night. So for those that don't know and you're sleeping under a rock and you haven't looked at every other media outlet, first off, hit that subscribe button, hit that like, because I'm about to summarize this really quick on what happened last night in Vancouver, Canada. Rick Ross had.
So it happened in Vancouver.
The show. This happened at the Ignite Music Festival in Vancouver. They were all outside. It turned into a big brawl, and it was all caught on video. As you guys already know, man, there's plenty of cameras floating around that con.
Salute, TT. Salute, Transparent Talk. Appreciate you for pulling up. Salute.
Most of you guys don't even watch the concert. You guys are watching the show, you know, are trying to catch something that's going viral. It's like almost you pay money to go to a concert just to use your iPhone, but or Android, whatever it is. But that's your prerogative, whatever you want to do, right? So yeah, it happened last night on Sunday around 10:30. After a set, Rick Ross stepped down into a packed area on the side of the stage, looked like, and started arguing with some guys because they ended up at the end of the show was DJ was playing Not Like Us in the background. So let's get into this real quick. So here you can see, you know, his guys, Rick Ross, bodyguards, and look.
So it was Rick Ross, DJ, you know, that played Kendrick Lamar's. It's still a diss. It's still disrespectful. Salute Randall. Salute Randall.
Goons or something. Maybe some of Drake's goons, or maybe just some mad people from the city. Just kind of pressed Rick Ross and his team right as soon as they got off stage. Boom. So this Chuck Liddell looking dude right here from behind is from what we see, you know, the dude with the ponytail here. He's the one that's in Rick Ross's face and just pressing him, and then takes that massive swing at him. Kind of chaos going on here. Let's see that punch again. Boom.
Ain't.
Got him with a good right.
He got Rick good, y'all. He got Rick real good. Remember when Suge Knight got put to sleep? Yeah, by a barber or something. He got Rick real good, y'all. Did y'all see it? He got him good.
That everything just broke loose. There's a shot, I don't know if I have it in this clip, but where Rick Ross's bodyguard, the dude looked like he was at least 6'5", you know, 400 some pounds. ends up getting stomped by some of these guys here in the crowd. There he is right there. He's got the long dreads or braids. Boom. There it is. Now he's doing his part as a bodyguard, but man, come on, there's like 4-on-1. And they're jumping this dude. Rick Ross is somewhere back over here out the way. Wanted his man.
They probably ain't think that he was going to steal them, Trelane. That's probably why the bodyguards let him get up on him like that. They probably ain't think that he was going to steal them. Rick and them, they was deep. And my man, it looked like my man was really by himself. So they probably figured he ain't going to steal them.
And get stomped, which I'll get into in a little bit. So they're wailing on this dude. There it is. This is right after the swing. You can see Rick Ross's bodyguard getting into it with one dude. He pushes them all the way back. And then chaos pursues.
Y'all see Rick? See, this the same situation. And I want to talk about this. I want to talk about this. And I'll come back, y'all. We got a lot of time and we got a lot of footage to view. But I want to talk about this because remember when Tupac had this same situation, y'all. And that's why I'm telling y'all, even though Tupac, salute Crystal, even though Tupac is my favorite rapper, Tupac put himself in that predicament, okay? But this is what I said when it came to the Tupac situation. It happened so fast. And one thing that I know, when you put in certain predicaments, when it's happening fast, you really ain't got time. And y'all know me. I'm the 5-second think before you react, man. I always tell y'all, take 5 seconds and think before you react. But even that method, in some predicaments, it won't help because in situations like this, it's a spare of the moment. Like, you're not thinking for the worst. If we backtrack to Tupac, I can bet y'all, Tupac did not know he was going to lose his life that night. Had Tupac known that he was going to lose his life that night, Tupac wouldn't have never stomped out Orlando Anderson. You're just not thinking like that. But this is a prime example of what I'm saying. Now, look at Rick. Now, Rick is old enough. Rick didn't seen the situation that played with Tupac. Rick been around. He been around. So why would he put himself in this predicament? See, remember what people were saying, man, when that thing kicked off with Tupac, man, Suge should have grabbed Tupac and Suge should have took Tupac, away from that. Okay, well, what happened with Rick Ross? Same situation. Why didn't nobody grab Rick Ross and take Rick Ross away from the fight? Right? I'm going to run it back for y'all. For those that just pulled up. Here we go. And then I'll come back. But here we go. This is for those that just pulled up.
Dude, the white right here cracks me up. It's like it's always the skinny dudes who got the biggest bark. So right here, dude's about to get pretty much stomped on.
Wow. Did y'all see him? They stole on Big Man. Wow. Look at Rick. That go Rick right there, y'all. Now, why hasn't Rick been removed from this altercation? Rick is right there in the mix of it all.
The guy mocks Rick Ross every day. I'm hustling. Rick Ross is like, yeah, every day. He said, you pressed this up in our city by playing that song. So just when you thought it was over, then this happens.
Damn. One thing I can say about my man in the white. One thing I can say about my man in the white. I see you, Tommy. My man in the white is with it. My man in the white is with it. And he ain't no big dude. That's why I tell y'all all the time, size don't matter. Size don't matter.
At this point, Rick Ross' bodyguard's got to be like delusional. Still trying to come back, but I mean, that's what he's paid to do, right?
Dang.
And that looks like, I don't know if that Rick Ross's DJ had a backpack on. Somebody said his DJ even got into it.
Damn. Damn.
Pursues.
With bodyguards like that, Rick, you don't need no bodyguards. With bodyguards like that, you don't need no bodyguards. His bodyguards, they some big jokers. The bodyguards are some big jokers. But as y'all can see, my man in the white, he's slim. He little. But he giving it to the bodyguards.
They're all trying to leave, and then this dude keeps like pounding the big also right here. And you got one man laid out right here. Nobody knows who this is. If you know, comment down below. If anybody finds out as a research who this man is laying on the ground. He seemed like he was pretty much knocked out at this point, even probably carried away in a stretcher for sure. My thoughts on this, final thoughts. If you go to a country, right, a city, in this case, another country, to where there's a rapper from there who's got beef with somebody else, you can't expect to play that song in that city. You know what I mean?
And that's so true. And I'm speaking to the American people. I'm speaking to my people. See, and I need to see y'all. I need to see y'all. And I need for y'all to see me. I need to talk to us Americans. Us Americans, black Americans, white Americans, especially. White Americans and black Americans are some of the most cocky people in the world when we're traveling amongst the world. We go to these other countries, we walk around with our chest on swole. We walk around like we the baddest motherfuckers on the planet. I appreciate that, Crystal. I appreciate the like and subscribe. I'm talking to the Americans. We walk around like we the baddest motherfuckers on this earth. We visit these other countries and we go to these other countries and we forget. We forget that just like in America, no matter what city you go to, no matter what state you go to, no matter what hood you go to, there's steppers, there are hitters, there are goons, there are people with the business, no matter what city you go to. Well, no matter what country you go to, we got to stop going to these other countries, walking around on this cocky-ish. Now, Rick, you done took your ass to Canada, and them Canada boys then put it on you. That's an L. That's an L. As Fred Sanford would say to Lamar Sanford, you big dummy, Rick. What was y'all thinking? Y'all haven't read up on the gangs over there in Canada? I think it was 2 weeks ago. My man Drake, his house got shot up. Y'all didn't get the memo? So now you done went over there And this right here, this is worse to me. To me, this is worse than when Suge got knocked out. Because with Suge, my man, the barber, he stole Suge. Even though he dropped him, he dropped Suge. Can't take that away. And another time when Suge got knocked out, he was drunk. But that's still an L. But with Rick, yo, you got them big jokers with you. You let Lil Man get out on y'all. Lil Man was working it. I'm like, damn. You let Little Man. I gotta go to 50, y'all. I know 50 having a field day. I gotta go to 50, y'all. I got to see what 50 got to say. I know 50 having a field day. And we wonder why people call us dumb. And I'm talking to the black side of the family. I'm talking to the black side of the family. We wonder why people call us dumb. Look at the stupid shit that we do when we make it. Look at the stupid shit that we do when we get money. That's why they call us dumb. Let's check out Fifth, y'all. See what Fifth got to say.
Canada, the boss back. The boss is back. Vancouver, we finna shut this bitch down. You heard me?
Hey guys, I just saw a very unfortunate situation that took place in Canada, and I want to say to everyone, that I hope that brother made it home safely. I hope that he now has a different perspective and a better sense of what to do and what not to do while you're out in the world. That part where the young guy he did this little move and got knocked the fuck out right there. That does not reflect him. That reflects his camp, and he might need to go get the Dream Chasers or the 305 Killers.
Fifth. Fifth is one of the biggest trolls. Fifth is one of the biggest trolls. Crystal says, I've seen the biggest bullies in high school get knocked out by the smallest guys. That's facts.
Oh man, so they done called it to my boy Rick Ross in Canada, dog, because he was there, he had a performance, and as he was leaving the performance, he had Not Like Us playing. That caused a conversation between him and some OVO fans. Now OVO goons from what I see for OVO fans, but it doesn't matter because Ross got punched. I don't know if it's connected or not, he threw a punch back, but then his boys got stomped out, his security guard, one of the rappers with him, and also his DJ Sam Fleet. Now the reason I'm saying
that's sad, man. That's sad. Salute, Suntan. Salute, Suntan. That's sad when you start some shit and end up getting your shit beat.
It doesn't matter if there's OVO goons or not, it's because Drake decided to go ahead and like a post of the altercation. You find me? Like, okay, I approve of that type shit. Now, Rick Ross responded to that saying, I thought they were bottle serving boys. Ha! He responds some more, we'll get into towards the end of the video, but you had to know that 50 Cent was coming soon, so he says, The Great Escape, Mika called the chasers, they are chasing me. Toronto security get him out the way while his boys still back there fighting, trying to hold it down. Shit crazy, bro. Now 50 Cent also supposed Rick Ross baby mother Tia clowning him. I would play it, but she cursing the whole dang time. It's gonna be just bleeps the whole time. So y'all go to 50 page to read that. But he says, my guess is you won't be going back to Canada acting like it ain't what it is. LOL Tia Kemp. Now I know some folks are wondering like how Miami feeling about it because people are saying, oh, Drake can't go to Miami no more. This big Miami blog called Miami What the Funk. They say Drake is no longer safe from Miami after this.
How do you see this? and y'all gonna have to excuse my language, but I gotta call a spade a spade. Rick, Drake, and I'm gonna even throw Kendrick in there. They got to be some of the dumbest people with money that I've ever seen. Like Drake. Do y'all realize what this shit is stopping? Rick, do y'all realize now you might got a bag down there for you in Miami, Drake? All right? The promoters not trying to waste their time bringing you down there, and they gonna have to spend extra money for security. Then they gonna have to get insurance. Them promoters ain't trying to hear that, Drake. Vice versa, Rick. Now you gotta be careful, even if you do get another show booked out there in Canada, Rick, you don't know if they trying to set you up. Same way with Drake. Drake, even if they do book you down there in Miami or Florida, you don't know if somebody from Rick Ross camp trying to set you up. Because I hope y'all remember that's what happened with E40 and Biggie Smalls back in the day. Remember? Allegedly, E40 booked a show for Biggie Smalls out in Sacramento. Y'all remember? But this is allegedly now. E40 booked the show for Biggie. When Biggie go out there, it's like about 4 or 5 people at the show. They started throwing paper and tomatoes at Biggie. When Biggie and his manager leave out, some steppers pushed up on them, pushed up on Biggie with some choppers. What you say about E40? What you say about E40? You see how easily it was for somebody to set Biggie up? So it's the same way with Drake and the same way with Rick. Y'all hurting y'all money. Y'all hurting y'all money. They hurting their money. Real Florida says, real talk, Miami is not having that in Florida. Let me tell y'all something. Out of all the gangster movies, out of all the mafia movies from back in the days, watch The Godfather. And when you watching The Godfather, watch The Godfather over and over and over again. See, when I was coming up, the majority of us liked it Scarface. And the other majority of us liked it Nino Brown from New Jack City. But what happened to both of them? What was their end game? They both ended up losing their lives. But a smart man would look at The Godfather, and a smart man would say, if it's any of the gangsters that I want to be like, I want to be like the Don right here, because the Don knew and the Don understood what war would do to him and the rest of the families. When they killed Sonny, the Don could have easily waged war on the other crime families, but the Don knew, if I wage war, it's going to be casualties on both sides. Is that going to bring my son back? Is that going to bring your son back? It's not going to bring neither one of our sons back. But what it's going to do is, it's going to hurt both of us when it comes to making money. Why? Because now we hot. You hot, I'm hot. Anybody that came up in the streets, they know the feds, when them bodies start dropping, you could sell as much dope as you want. And for all my hustlers from back then, correct me if I'm wrong, you could sell as much dope as you want. You could make as much money as you want. The feds is not going to bother you. They're going to keep a tag on you. They're going to watch you. But for everybody that grew up in the game, when is the feds going to come in? The feds coming in when the bodies start dropping. When the violence come. That's when the feds coming in. So this bullshit that they got going on, Can't nobody make no money. And this is why I keep stressing. We keep talking about the young people. No, it's not the young people. It is the young people, but the young people are only imitating what they see the older people do. Drake in his 40s, Rick in his 40s. It's no way in the world that Drake and Rick should be acting like that. Y'all playing with too much money. You think I give a fuck about what somebody think about me? You can say what you want to say about me, because guess what? No matter how hard Rick Ross try to be, no matter how hard Drake try to be, somebody is still saying, what about them? Man, them some pussy ass niggas. So what are we trying to prove? What are we trying to prove? That shit been over with years ago. This shit running around trying to prove that you tough, man, that shit been played out. Nigga, get money. Get money. Put your people on. Stay out the way. Live a good life. Invest your money. Stay out the way. It's nowhere in the world that Drake and Rick Ross, I fault you for that, Rick. You got to be the biggest dummy, and I'm saying it to you respectfully, Rick. If you watching, you got to be the biggest dummy, man. What type of shit is this? I'm watching, and I'm like, nah, not Rick. I'm thinking it's a prank. Y'all know Nephew Tommy known for running pranks. I'm thinking Nephew Tommy is behind this shit. Shout out to Nephew Tommy, you crazy motherfucker. Somebody gonna hurt you, Nephew Tommy. But I'm thinking that it's Nephew Tommy with his prank phone calls or something. So I'm like, I ain't tripping on it. But all through the YouTube streets, then I start seeing the videos. I said, oh, come on, Rick. What are we doing? What are we doing? It's a sad, sad day, man. What are we doing? And then when the young ninjas, when they start moving, we talking about them. But one thing I can say, and I'm not promoting it, but one thing I can say about them young ninjas, Julio, Fulio, Young and Ace, and the rest of them little young ones, one thing I can say about them, they really about that life. Salute to Full Life. They really about that life. I ain't about that life. I tell you quick, I'm scared to death. I ain't about that life. I don't want to be about that life. Salute Tracy. But it's a sad, sad day when you got millionaires, when you got a man like Rick, and you see the bullshit that he's doing. Like, dude, what's up with the proving the point? I thought we did that shit in high school. Me and my day ones, we did that shit in 6th grade, 7th grade. We did that shit when we was in high school. You know, but then when we started getting money, a joker would have to do something to us. Somebody would have to press us. Then you know, it is what it is. But for the most part, we was about that dollar. We was getting that money. Now, if you press us, then yeah, it is what it is. But this fuck shit that they on, we wasn't moving like that. Salute the Golden Child. I see you. Salute the Golden Child.
Ran a poll. I'll show you the poll on the screen. You can't see it on the desktop version of Instagram, but Miami saying they riding with Rick Ross. But let's look at some of the comments right here. Drake better not step a foot in Florida. I love all the people saying Drake banned. You got a 9 to 5. You don't got time for that ish. Drake can't ever touch for the Miami again. Oh man, let that pedo come to date again. Drake goons, who the Degrassi cast. This lady says nothing gonna happen to Drake in Miami. Miami has its own problems and the lack of money is one. What? The lack of money ain't the one. It's expensive. It's hard to keep your money, but they making it. Security just got fired. The boy is way too comfortable. Tough part about all this, a war is just born. Gunplay with a post, some shit. Gunplay got caught in a situation like that too, bro. A bunch of white boys yelling the N-word and attacking his team, I don't find it funny at all. Now, do I believe something gonna happen to Drake in Miami? No. Do I think people gonna want to touch him in Miami? I do. But the fact of the matter is that, Miami is a city that tourists can move around freely if they want to because they can stay in a secluded area. And it depends on who you let around you at that point in time. You feel me? The people that's gonna want to do something to Drake for this situation.
Holy. Yo, we gotta talk about this video, man. Alright, so Rick Ross.
If you're new to Met.
Hold up, y'all. My bad. Hold up, y'all. My bad. My bad. I'm not my normal self today because it's like, I'm lost for words. Crystal says he let his cockiness blindside him. I'm just lost for words. Like, when will it stop? Like, when will it stop? Maybe y'all can help me understand. When will it stop? Let's see what Tisa Tells got to say about this. Tisa Tells usually do a good commentary. Shout out to Tisa Tells. Let's see what she got to say about all of this.
Boogie ass was in the comments laughing about a black man, namely Rick Ross, getting jumped by a bunch of men that were pop-colored, calling him the N-word. Kiki. It's all fun and games. But y'all, Drake and academics actually escalated to weirdo status. DJ Academics posted a video that he claimed were people in Jamaica doing voodoo, dark magic on Whitney and Dave Free. It was weird, it was dark, it was corny. It was everything Drake is, minus the dark part. Anyway, y'all, let's get into this because you can't make this up. Where do we start at first? First of all, let's start off with the whole Drake thing, okay? At first, Drake and them were letting it known it was them. Drake in the Family Matters video, I did a whole live on this, but let me just condense it for everybody and I'll put up proof. On the Family Matters video, when he was dissing Kendrick, he literally showed him chauffeuring, acting like driving Miss Daisy to the head of the Health Angel chapter, in Canada, or at least in...
You can't make this up. You can't make this up, man. Salute, Pierce. Salute, Pierce. You can't make this up, man.
Also, Andrew Curran, I believe, is one of the presidents. He is Drake's neighbor. It has been talked about on Canadian TV. I'll put the clip in the back about the way Drake was always a groupie for the Hells Angels, begging for protection, begging to be down with the membership, but they wouldn't let him in. But I guess he paid enough and that check cleared. Now, also, the Hells Angels are notoriously racist, borderline neo-that group. Everybody knows it. Argue with yourself. I don't care if you know one or two Latino, Black, or Asian Hells Angels. It is what it is. And the people that are actually white that hang in the Hells Angels will tell you that much. Okay? Times ain't changed that much. So.
Is she saying, y'all help me understand, is she saying that Drake paid his way into the Hells Angel and this was a setup on Rick Ross by the Hells Angel? Are y'all hearing the same thing that I'm hearing? Drop a 1 if that's what y'all are hearing.
Why does everybody, including me, think Drake ordered that? Academics posted that. On top of that, he posted that weird Obia thing. It's really dark. I'm not going to show the video because it's bad vibes. But I will say, Kendrick stayed prayed up. And not only that, Drake, Academics, whoever else y'all got trying to put roots on people. Do you not know that stuff will come back 10 times to you?
What? Now she talking about roots? Rock Squad, help me out, y'all. Help me out, Rock Squad. It's Tisa Tells on to something. Tisa Tells usually do some good commentary. What do y'all think, y'all?
You playing with things that you don't understand.
Hey guys, Fisher Tisa here. Also, Ack is so goofy. It's been confirmed what he was showing was not, in fact, voodoo. It was something called Obia. Also, do you know that Obia is illegal in Jamaica? The act makes it illegal to be a person practicing Obia. It defines it as any person who, to an effect, any fraudulent or unlawful purpose, okay, set for the gain or for the purpose of frightening any person uses or pretends to use any occult means or pretends to possess any supernatural power or knowledge. Y'all, if that was me and I was Kendrick, I would be petty and go to Jamaica and wait for them to make a citizen arrest a DJ Fluffy. But anywho, let's continue.
And Act is a straight up weirdo for posting that, and so straight. Let's get into this. Okay, so what do we know? Drake was trying to brag that he got tied to the Hells Angels in in Canada. If you guys don't know, Hells Angels actually is a California gang. It started in California. They were known to be white people that do not like black people. Black people were not allowed to join for the longest time, and there's still only a smattering of them. On top of that, just last weekend in Bakersfield, California, the whole chapter of Hells Angels were arrested for drugs, trafficking, kidnapping, all this crazy stuff. They are super criminal. Some people said that Drake was begging for the protection of the Hells Angels because he thinks that when he has to go to LA, right, for his uncle and stuff, he thinks the Hells Angels are gonna.
Donnell, salute. Donnell says, nobody in LA was even listening to Kendrick before this beef. People were listening to Nip, Draco, The Ruler, and YG. Salute Crew Connection. Crew Connection says, Google Johnny Crew.
Provide him protection. I don't know how true that is. I doubt it very much. And there's Hells Angels in America. That's like saying, you know, the Blood of Crips in California, they're going to protect you in New York. Do the Hells Angels from America, California to Canada, do they even talk? Can they offer them safe passage? And are the Hells Angels in California going to go to war with the Bloods and the Crips over Drake stuff? Because at the end of the day, Drake.
Trelane says, I don't think it was a Hells Angel setup. Seems like more of a spontaneous thing. They played the diss song and the crowd responded. I agree with you, Trelane. I agree. Let's listen to a little bit more of Tisa Tells and then we're going to move on.
Already paid that money. I'll just take that money and laugh. He is a dorky kid that will pay his way out of anything. I take his money and still let him get his butt beat in California. People are very critical, and by people I mean me, that Drake has taken because he can't take his L and because he got out-rap, because everybody knows that he was once a lame, always a lame. He is now escalating this to violence because he has nothing else, because he thinks it's going to distract us the fact that he is a loser. But let's get into what everybody's saying. On top of that, Drake has always wore the 81 t-shirt that is Hells Angel gang paraphernalia.
Do anybody know about the Hells Angel gang paraphernalia? Let me backtrack.
Into what everybody's saying. On top of that, Drake has always wore.
What y'all think? Salute Sages. Salute Sages. What y'all think? Hells Angel? What y'all think?
The 81 t-shirts that is Hells Angel gang paraphernalia. The people that jumped Drake were wearing Hells Angels paraphernalia. Now, first they were kikiing over this, and Drake was liking the video of white boys calling a black man the N-word while they're beating up. Again, Drake don't identify with black culture. Think about it. Drake, what did somebody say? Somebody made a really good joke. I gotta find it. Somebody made a really good joke about Drake collaborated. Where is it? They said Drake collaborated with, hold on, this is good. They said, no. Joe Johnson on Twitter said, let me get this straight. Drake went to cry to his white mom about Rick Ross, being racist to him, okay? Then he was featured on an album Drake was featured on an album with a girl that was so racist, she needed therapy. That's right, Camila Cabello was caught being so racist and vile, anti-black and anti-Asian, right? And this was current stuff, that they literally sent her to therapy to reprogram her mind from racism. And now,
Y'all got to help me understand this. Sagitt says, bro, who started all this Drizzy and Rose beef? They were once Betsy's. We ain't gonna get hits like Stay Scheming. What's going on, y'all? What? Somebody help me understand. What's going on? Like, is these, but then I don't think that the incident that happened in Canada with Rick, I think that's real. And maybe the Kendrick and Drake back and forth, maybe that's staged. But that incident that happened with Rick and his bodyguards, I think that was real. But what happened to the artists letting their music the music speaks for itself? Like, maybe I'm out of the loop. Maybe I'm out of the loop. Let's check out Willie D, y'all. Let's see what Willie D. Sagitt says, personally, are you cool with artists beefing each other? I'm not. I'm not, Sag. I'm not. I think with all of the things that went on and with all the issues that happened with rappers beefing and stuff, I don't like it. I don't believe that you have to make diss records to sell. I don't think that to stay irrelevant, you have to diss somebody. Crystal says maybe some of these ghostwriters are questionable. It's they verses. Correct. That's what we need to start questioning it. These ghostwriters. You know, what's the issue? Because we got to look at the ghostwriters, Crystal. And I'm glad you pointed that out to me, Crystal. What do y'all think about these ghostwriters? You know, what's up with the ghostwriters? Come on, this shit is corny. It's lame. Man, it's lame. You know, everybody got a diss. Everybody got to have something negative to say. Man, make your music and let your music speak for yourself. Let the music do the talking. Darnell says, Kendrick started all of it this. Drake put his pride aside and asked for a feature. And you're right, Darnell. Salute Chevy. Salute Raw. Salute Chevy. Kendrick started all of this. You know, and it's like the Full Life says, I'm out of this loop just listening to these rappers play. Correct the Full Life. It's played out, honestly. It's played out. It's like, it's played out. I don't really have nothing else to say about it because it's like it's played out. Like, out of all the demonstrations that I've ever done, out of all the events that I've covered, this is probably the top event. I really didn't even want to do this demonstration. I really didn't. But I think it's been like 2 days since I've done a demonstration, and I said, I got to do something. I got to do something. Chevy says, music, it's not the same like when 50 Cent came out. Sir Sidney says, are you Terry Crew? Everybody keep asking me, am I Terry Crews? No. But a big shout out to Terry Crews. I think Terry Crews is a hell of an actor, but I'm not Terry Crews. Tommy says, I feel you, bro. But it's like, what happened to us becoming rappers to make our situations better? Salute Portia. Salute Portia. Sherry says, homie, you from? No, I'm from Baltimore. I'm from Baltimore. Sadia says, they throw away years of friendship in the mud just because of a single beat. Exactly. And it's like, y'all don't want to enjoy y'all money. Like, I thought it was about the money. What's good, S.A.? What's good, S.A.? I see you down there, S.A. Salute. Salute, S.A. Y'all don't want to enjoy y'all money? Let's get back to some more commentary, y'all. This Willie D. Willie D. I love Willie D's commentary. Let's check out what Willie D have to say. Shout out to Willie D.
In the face by some Drake goons in Canada. As Kendrick Lamar's They Not Like Us played in the background. Backstory, as much as I could see in the video. There won't be a link in the description because I would have to post the video on my social media, and I don't post fights on my social media because for some reason when I post them, they get flagged. I get strikes and stuff.
Mine get flagged too, Willie D. I gotta edit before I could put mine out. I gotta trim my videos and take out the fights. So I'm with you too, Willie. I'm with you too. I don't like showing them, but I go ahead after I finish it. I go ahead and trim the fights out.
Against my account. But family, the video is everywhere. All you gotta do is copy and paste the title and boom, you're right there. But from what I saw, there's an argument and one of the guys from the other side throws a punch.
And you right, Crystal. You right. Tommy says it used to be about the money. You right, Crystal. Crystal says because we have to understand some of these people are really not about their life. There's ghostwriters behind the scene. So how can they handle real life when it come their way? That's facts, Crystal.
Boy, threw a punch and it looked like a drink or something. But in any event, the fight kicks off and Rick Ross's bodyguard or security guy steps up and he puts himself between Rick and the action. Salute, because they Washington fan. But he did his job. That's what he's supposed to do. He got between Rick Ross and the action. See, I'm gonna tell you something, fam, about a lot of security guys. The industrial break.
Ross says, for all we know, Kendrick and Drake could be laughing in the background about this. Is it fake? That's a good question, though, Raw. That's a good question. Kendrick and Drake could be laughing about all of this. I'm coming, y'all. Damn commercials.
Just walk around intimidating people, because this is a big old guy. So typically, I'm sure people just get out of the way. But these guys.
Salute Ariana Curl. Salute Ariana Curl. Daislin says it honestly could be fake. There's some reasons. It make you wonder. It really makes you wonder, though.
Were intent on some contact. You know, they wanted some contact. So he couldn't avoid it. You know, he went to him. And they washed him. They stoned him and everything. Beat him down. They did him dirty. Rick did not engage, as he should not have. He's the artist. That's what he pays security for. That's why security make the top dollars. It's for anybody who's saying, well, Rick was, he was scared. Why he didn't swing? Why he didn't? That ain't his job. That's what.
Rick shouldn't have never been. Rick shouldn't have never been there, period. I'm just keeping it 100. Now, Willie did say, well, Rick didn't do nothing. Rick should have got the hell up out of there. Rick should have got the hell up out of there. Because all it would have took is somebody to pull out the joint and get the banging and get the bussing. Rick get hit. I can't, and I'm trying, y'all. I'm trying, and that's why I'm leaning towards y'all to help me understand this. What the hell do Rick Ross, like, Rick, do you realize, yo, you've been in the game, so salute Melanie. Salute Melanie. Melanie says, but wasn't he a CEO? Why he didn't call the cops? LP4 says, Hells is police. Crystal says, I don't think the fight was fake. I don't think the fight was fake. Because they was getting busy. My man in the white, he was getting busy. So I don't think the fight was fake. I just don't get it. Like, I don't get it. Salute, Eddie. Salute. But Rick's DJ was dead wrong. The DJ was dead wrong. We're going to go to Boss Talk. Boss Talk usually drops some excellent commentary. We're going to check out Boss Talk. Daislin says, I've heard Drake fed K-Dot wrong information, but I still don't know. We don't know. We don't know. We're going to check out Boss Talk in a few minutes. We're going to check out Boss Talk and see what Boss Talk has to say. DJ says he underestimated his opponent, thought it was sweet, so he rolled light that night. Jay says Drake calling up his white people, and that's what happened. And that's why I'm gonna say it again. For us Americans, we gotta stop leaving out of America. We gotta stop going to these other countries thinking shit is sweet. It's hitters all over the world. Y'all do know that it's hitters up on Mars. Y'all do know that it's steppers over there on Saturn. Y'all do know that. It's hitters everywhere. It's steppers all over. We gotta stop moving, going to these other countries, walking around with our chests on swole and thinking shit is sweet. Gotta stop that. Them people in them other countries, they waiting for us to come over there on that rah-rah shit. They the same way we is if they came over here. Daislin says, I mean, he could be hiding a daughter, but it's not proven. Maya Magic says, please stop. Nothing happened to Ross. It happened to security. Jay says, that's Hell's Angel is 81 Toronto. Look on their website. All right. Appreciate you for pointing that out, Jay. Appreciate for you to point it out. So Drake did have on the shirt now. It did say 81. It had an 81 on it. So shout out to Tisa Towles. Tisa Towles might been on something. Like I said, she normally does excellent commentary. So, man, this thing is crazy. Are y'all following me? All of this is crazy. When will it stop? Nub says, yes, bud. When will it stop? Let's go to Boss Talk, y'all. Shout out to Boss Talk.
We on Boss Talk TV. Shout out to E. He the reason you see.
Canada, the boss back. The boss is back. Vancouver, we finna shut it down. You heard me? Them little Bel Air bottles on ice.
Wow, hey man, guess what, man? Check it, man. Boss Talk 101, just check it, man. It's crazy to me, man. Over the night, I'm getting a little rest. I wake up early to the fact of Rick Ross. He done went to Canada. I can't believe it, man. It's crazy to me. I don't understand what he thought was gonna happen if you go over there and that's what happened. And I'm gonna be real with you, man. I couldn't see it going no other way. The taunting song, They Not Like Us, and just doing different things, you know what's going to happen. You know what this come with. So this ain't his first time running into somebody. If y'all remember back years ago, he ran into Jeezy at an awards show, and they got cool after that. But you can't go and taunt these guys and go to their city and not be pretty much, you got to have your security right. Now, I didn't show none of the fighting part because I don't want YouTube flagging me, but I can tell you right now, if you go look it up, you can see where it was really, really scuffling. Rick Ross gets hit first. He gets hit. Water's flying. All kind of stuff is happening. One of the security guys, I believe it's from Rick Ross' camp, he's laying on the ground. They're trying to help him up and all kind of stuff, man. And it's crazy to me that you weren't more prepared for this. When you're dealing with this kind of stuff, you shouldn't even be out in no crowds like that. That's what I'm saying. It's like, Rick, what you doing? Like, yo, you a seasoned vet, or you supposed to be a seasoned vet. You didn't put work in this game. You didn't done time in this game called rap. You didn't seen it. You didn't been around it. When the GDs used to press you. Y'all remember back in the days when the GDs used to press Rick Ross. So you done seen it. It's not like you don't know how to move. Y'all need to stop rapping about this shit if y'all not going to move accordingly. Stop rapping about nurse. Stop rapping about something else if y'all not going to be in these streets moving accordingly, man. Stop the dumb shit. Damn. But at the end of the day, like I say, I always say I love to see the beef stuff happen, you know, far as with the music, but I don't want to spill it to the streets. But my guy, which is OG Pyru, he told me this just a few weeks ago when we was on Boss Talk 101, but you can't expect these guys, not friends and people, not to get involved in loved ones when you playing with their artists, when you playing with the city, when you playing with their money. They standing on what they are. So you want a mini war. I gotta agree with OG. This stuff can happen, and it can happen fast, and it can get out of control as we see here. But like I said, I didn't show anything, no violence on my show because I don't want no kind of flack from YouTube. But I'm telling you right now, man, if you go look it up, you'll see where they walking in a crowd, and then all of a sudden they stop this boy, and when they stop him, pretty much he got to stand in the gap, and Rick stood there. Rick didn't run or nothing, but they did move him out the way afterwards. Just on the initial setup,
He didn't have no other choice. You out there in a crowd of people. I don't know who was his. Why would his bodyguards take him through that? They're supposed to have a back door way out, but he felt like it was sweet over there, so he decided to go over to Vancouver, go over there to Canada, and just try his luck. And this is something that you got to be careful of. Anyway, whenever you go somewhere, when you somebody a statue and you talking on this internet will get you messed off, man. That music ain't like it was. You go to these boys' city, and it can be some real smoke, man. But I'm gonna bring OG Pyru in because he had already warned me about these rappers saying stuff and then going to these cities, how the beef will spill out into the streets. Let me get him online. Hold on.
James says you would think rappers learned from Biggie when he was in California after Pac passed away. Shaking my head. That's facts, James. That's facts.
OG Pyru, you there?
You moved me. He turns 10 years old.
Vic says you can't come in my house and disrespect me. You went to Canada. You thought Canada was sweet. The DJ plays Kendrick Lamar's song. All right. That's like Biggie. You know, it's like Biggie at the at the awards. Rest in peace, Biggie Smalls. But Biggie at the I mean, come on, y'all. Come on. Crystal says, no disrespect, but I haven't seen any background that Ricky about that life. Tommy says, not only that, Rick Ross got a diss song to Drake. Salute, Nita. Do you like cats? No, I don't like cats. Tommy says, they going to take that personal. Vic says, Ricky played that song leaving the stage. Like, come on. In his hometown. In Drake hometown. Now, some folks out in California might not, fucks with Drake. Some people over here might not like him. Some people over there might not like him. But in his hometown, Canada, come on, man. In his hometown, you're going to play. The DJ going to play Kendrick Lamar's They Not Like Us. What you thought they was going to do? Let's see what Boosie got to say, y'all. Yang says, brother Drake again dropping a diss when Not Like Us video gonna come. All right, y'all. Let's check out what Boosie got to say. Salute Cotan. Salute Cotan. Let's find out what Boosie got to say.
Ross was performing in Vancouver, Canada, enjoying his day, enjoying his set, when he decided to play Not Like Us, and the Canadians did not appreciate it. That led to words being exchanged with Rick Ross and others backstage, which led to Rick Ross being assaulted and his DJ and crew, security, all getting beat up, while Boosie is continuously giving out a warning for this type of behavior. What's up, y'all? It's your man Talkers World reporting for the Chick Smooth channel. We gotta talk about this. So as we see here, Rick Ross is not taking this personally or negatively at all. He posted on a story, Vancouver, it was fun. Till next time. When 6 Act TV posted about the situation. In a post that would be liked by Drake, Rick Ross will comment, "I thought they were bottle service boys, ha." So clearly it could have gotten much worse, but it doesn't seem like it was that big of a deal. He seems to be laughing it off. No matter what you think about Rick Ross, he's probably one of the funniest rappers. As we previously made multiple videos of Boosie giving out warnings of how rap beef leads to physical altercations, and not necessarily by the two artists, but their entourage, or even by some people even more removed from the situation, just fans, or like in this case, people who just took offense by the song being played in the country. Sometimes disagreements between two people goes further because of those around them, or people that didn't have nothing to do with the situation, or wants to prove their loyalty to someone they probably never even met. Boosie said on Twitter, "This world's gonna start listening to my words one day." Shaking my head. Hashtag I speak the truth. This is off the heels of the rap war of 2024. Since the song was played and was really the catalyst for the physical situation, I guess you can blame the rap war, but this wasn't necessarily Drake's response to Rick Ross's diss record. This was just people reacting towards the situation that was right in front of them. In the video talking about this, someone that was there said there was plenty of opportunities for all parties to walk away before anything got physical. Boosie will previously post, "Everybody gassing up rap beef, shaking my head, all excited, saying this hip hop. Well, everyone in the crew not gonna see it that way. And when it pop off, it really goes down. So when someone from one of these crews die, don't say they stupid, shaking my head, go support them in court like y'all supported the rap beef. How would you feel if your family member died because of hip-hop rap beef? I'm from Louisiana. Every rap beef I've seen people die. Y'all so happy about who gonna win or lose, but a mama gonna lose her son. And ain't none of y'all going to the funeral, shaking my head."
And that's real. That's real right there, man. That's real. Boosie known for saying some real ish. He says, y'all so happy about who gonna win or lose, but a mama gonna lose her son. And ain't none of y'all going to the funeral. That's some real ish. Let me say it again. Boosie says, y'all so happy about who gonna win or lose, but a mother gonna lose her son, and ain't none of y'all going to the funeral.
That was his original warning. Hopefully that never comes to fruition at this scale. But do you think this is the beginning of what's to come? Or do you think that this is the most physical this situation is going to get? Let me know in the comment section. Peace.
See, once again, it's like now what's going to happen is you already know. Y'all already know now. Whoever my man is in the white, salute 10 mil. Salute 10 mil. Appreciate you for pulling up. Whoever my man is that had on the white that was getting busy, he get ready to go viral. Levi says he can only use his money. James says Shank was crazy. Drake and Rick Ross made a song together back in 2010. Song Esther, exactly. And I bumps that. Salute Draven. Salute. I can't take my shirt off. Rick Ross is 48. He could take a side on the beef, but he has no business being involved in this thing. 48 years old. It's like, bruh, sit down. You did your thing. And Rick, I think Rick, Jay-Z got more hits than Rick. I'm going to give Jay, he got more hits than Rick. But in my opinion, on the wordplay and the flow in records, Rick ain't that far behind. I give it to Jay-Z because Jay-Z got a longer catalog. You know, he got hits for days. But Rick say some slick shit. You know, Rick make some top-notch records. But to go out like this, what do you look for in men? I don't look for nothing in men. I only look for women, right? He do need to sit down, real talk. Skip says, Rick Ross did his thing, stole another man's story and name. He's a Trelane says, Stay Scheming, the best song with Ross and Drake on the same track. They would get more money together than against each other. That's facts. That's facts. Legendary Crump says, both ain't all that. 10 mils, shit like it, right. Crystal, but we still forgetting most of that come from Ghostwriter. True, true, true. But like I said, now Jay, y'all know how, well, Trelane know how I feel about Jay-Z. Jay-Z, he up there. He's up there, record-wise. I'm only speaking records. I'm speaking they wordplay. I'm speaking they flow. You know, I'm just speaking the records. I'm not talking about them personally and all of that. I'm saying record-wise. Jay gonna probably be top 5, maybe top 3, but Jay-Z top 5. Rick, I'm gonna say Rick top 10. I'm gonna give Rick Ross top 10 in records. Legend Crump, I keep it old school with the Tupac, Bone Thugs, Do or Die. Oh yeah, do you wanna ride? Yeah, Do or Die. Too short. Top 5 is crazy. Miss Parker, salute. Take off your slogan here. I mean, I think you have it. I'm not gonna hold y'all that much longer. I got 2 more clips, y'all. 2 more clips that I want to play, and then I'm gonna let y'all get out of here. Just bear with me. Vic says Rick has more hits with Drake than he do by himself. Legend Crump says Jay-Z is up there, though maybe top 10. You think Jay top 10? Okay. Rick good when he good record-wise. Tommy says, I remember when I found out Ice Cube was not a gangster. I remember when I found out he was not even a thug. We all was crushed by Ice Cube, Tommy. I think everybody was crushed by Ice Cube. Drake has better songs than Rick. Eric B. and Rockefeller. He close to it. I mean, let me see. Now, Drake. Now, if it's anybody that I will put up there with Jay, and I'm just talking about the catalog. And when I say the catalog, I mean having hits, radio hits. I'm going to put Drake. I'm going to put Drake up there with Jay. Because we got to give Drake his flowers. Drake has been running the radio for a minute. He been running the radio for a minute. You know what? Let's do this right now, y'all. Let's do this right now. Let's do this right now. Let's do this right now. All right, we're gonna see. We're gonna see if we're gonna judge Jay-Z, Drake, and Rick Ross. Drop a 1 if you think Jay-Z is better than Drake and Rick Ross. Drop a 2. Let me backtrack, y'all. Let me backtrack. Drop a 1. Drop a 1 if you think Jay-Z is better than Drake and Rick Ross. Drop a 2 if you think Drake is better than Jay-Z and Rick Ross. Drop a 3 if you think Rick Ross is better than Jay-Z and Drake. So drop a 1 for Jay-Z, drop a 2 for Drake, drop a 3 for Rick Ross. So far, Jay winning. Okay, we got, okay. We got 1 Rick and 1 Drake. We got 2 Drake, 3 Drake. Okay. So far, Jay-Z winning. Then Drake, Drake and Jay running neck and neck. Wait a minute. Drake got, wait a minute. Let me see. Wait a minute, y'all. Drake beating Jay. Drake and, yep, Drake so far, Drake winning. Wow. 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 All right, Legendary Crump says, nah, that's the same dude. Stop, Lionel. Lionel, stop, man. Hey, Lionel, stop, man. Lionel, if you drop another 2, Lionel, I'ma send you and that damn Charlie Brown blanket that you used to wear on Charlie Brown, Lionel. I'ma send y'all asses up out of here. Don't you drop another 2, Lionel. If you drop a number 2 again, Lionel, your ass and that dusty ass blanket that you used to wear around your neck on Charlie Brown, I'ma escort y'all asses up out of here. All right, okay, Drake. Damn, y'all know how I feel about Jay, y'all. Y'all know how I feel about Jay. But, okay. Malcolm says Jay is a better rapper, lyricist than Drake. Drake is a better artist than Jay. Okay. Malcolm says Jay is a better rapper, lyricist than Drake. Drake is a better artist than Jay. Miss Parker, get him. Miss Parker, get him up out of here. But drop another 2. Crystal says, but Drake did not write all his songs. Blanchett says, people who say 2 are straight up wrong. I mean, Jay-Z got songs like Takeover and several Blueprint albums, 444. The Black Album named classic songs. Drake got that are actual rap songs and not pop. Legend Crump says they probably both didn't write all their songs. I heard some of Jay. I heard Jay had a ghostwriter. I was like, huh? I don't know, but I heard Jay had a ghostwriter. What about Rick? What about Rose? Crystal, that's why I say Drake is a better artist. Jay is a better lyricist. That would be a nice versus. What y'all think? That would be a nice verse. Jay-Z against Drake. Yep, Jay-Z got ghostwriters too. The Full Life says they can't flow like James Evans Jr. Legend Crump says Jay-Z might be a better real rapper, but hits don't lie. I still say Tupac by far. Miss Parker said, you speak. Legend Crump. Rick's this decent. I like his songs. Vic says Drake makes songs the whole world sing. Jay-Z copy over 100 bars from Biggie. That's a good point now. Jay-Z wrote the song for Dr. Dre, still Dre. Tommy says they all got ghostwriters. Nas said it. Legend Crump says you can't deny every day I'm hustling. Yeah. James says if Drake place a bet on your team about to lose. Salute, my boo. Appreciate you for pulling up, my boo. I see you, my boo. Appreciate you for pulling up. Vic says, check out the Pound Cake song, Drake and Jay-Z on the record. Now, everybody know how I feel about Sexy Red. Can't none of them. And Miss Parker, you better not throw no hot dogs at me either. Can't none of them mess with Sexy Red. That's just my opinion. I'm a Sexy Red fan. Trelane says Jay-Z would destroy them both in the verses if we talking about hit for hit. And I'm not just saying that because I'm from New York. I'm with you, Trelane. You think Jay got more hits than Drake? Legend Crump says, I heard Jay-Z made his first meal from selling dope. That's true. If so, you got to give it to him. Comparing Jay-Z to Sexy Red. Leave my Sexy Red alone, Trelane. Oh, nah, Stinky Red. Sexy Red, the realest chick in the game right now. Shout out to everybody from St. Louis. Shout out to everybody from St. Louis. Melissa says, do you support the Reigns? Trelane, yep, he does. You know what I'm going to do, Trelane. You know what I'm going to do, Trelane. Legend Crump says, Nelly, I'm going to do a versus. I'm going to do a versus. Jay-Z versus Drake. Vic, Sexy Red got that wop wop. Give it up to Nelly. Damn. Drake got a lot of classics, y'all. Well, I'll just say this to some of the ghostwriters. Salute for y'all good verses.
Thanks, Eric. I am 39 years old. I started thinking about getting Botox.
Personally, I think people like Lupe, Guru, Kendrick are better lyricists than Jay-Z or Rick. All you got to do is play Pound Cake, Drake, and Jay-Z. Since we on Jay-Z, let's see what we can find out about Jay-Z, y'all.
How many betrayals we talked about with Jay? This ain't the first one, but this is the first one we talk about because the only one affected us. So for me, I'm like, big deal. Everybody over. Jermaine Dupri's stupid for listening to him. That's what I think. We all know Jay. So once he does what he did, how he did Rockefeller, why do you think he do anything else? That's Jay. Those principles don't mean anything. Jay runs with the bag, period. That's it. All that cool. So you that man, that's on you. I'm not gonna be a wet wounded duck and go, oh, stupid, he played Rockefeller, he played Big, he played everybody. No, we all know he did that. Y'all just wasn't saying it. We all know what Jay did and how he did it. There is no more Rockefeller. Rockefeller was rolling. Is there a Rockefeller now? No. Who benefited from this? Yeah. So he went that way, the way where he does things this way, and all of his friends end up working for him, and I go this way where the people I love end up being my partners. But what I am mad about is I haven't seen a reasonable doubt royalty in like 10 years. I can say that. And I want to know where my money is.
Yeah, I think in the beginning it's about you and your circle. Okay. Right? You take your circle, you got the people that grind with you every day and share your dreams and slept on the floor with you, and and then you make it out. And then you look and he's like, okay, what else? Right? What else? Like, how else can I be of service? You achieve these goals that you thought were, unattainable in the beginning, and you achieve them. And then you look around and you say, okay, how can we duplicate this? The reason we created Rock Nation was to be able to say, okay, this is all the information we gathered. Here it is, Rihanna. Here it is, Kanye. Whomever, right? Like, and just like here's the information. So if we achieve those goals at 36, you do it at 26.
So I know when I see it, so I know what to avoid. Because I'm trying to sacrifice it. And you're not studying. God told us to read and be knowledgeable. So when I see Jay-Z, what does this mean? What does this mean? What does this mean? You're not no gang member. You got checkerboard floors. You got skull and bones. What does this mean?
Dame Dash is back with more explosive details on Jay-Z's shady business dealings and his bizarre connection with culture vulture Leah Cohen. But hold on to your seats because it seems like Jay has finally hit his breaking point with Dame constantly dragging his name through the mud. And he's ready to spill the tea on his side of the story. But Dame isn't letting Jay silence him either. He's coming in hot with even more scandalous revelations about how Jay-Z didn't just throw him under the bus, but he and his mentor Leah Cohen allegedly trampled over many black artists to claw their way to the top of the music industry. Woo child, there's a lot to unpack here. So let's dive right in and spill the tea.
A lot of people that have been, maybe mistreated by him are scared to speak up on what he did.
Facts.
I'm just not. So if I hit him I hit him with some work, and he runs off on me, until I get my money back, I don't care if it's 20 years later, I'm never gonna have too many complimentary things to say about that situation.
So you know how Dame Dash and Jay-Z have been on the outs for ages? Well, according to Dame, it all boils down to Jay-Z aligning himself with folks like Leah Cohen, who profit off of black culture while also harming black artists. But Jay is now out here claiming that Dame tried to undermine him and was doing bad business, so he had to step down and clean up the mess. But let's rewind to the beginning. The story kicks off in 1995 when Jay was hustling, selling CDs out of his car, trying to get someone to give him a chance. After facing rejection from several major labels, Jay, along with his buddies Dame and Dame Dash and Kareem Biggs Burke, decided to take matters into their own hands and launched their own indie label, Rockefeller Records. They quickly nailed down a distribution deal with Priority Records, and in 1996, Jay dropped his debut album, Reasonable Doubt. In the following years, Rockefeller, with Jay as its main act.
Let me ask y'all this. Do y'all think Drake has an album that can top Jay-Z's Reasonable Doubt? What do y'all think? Do y'all think Drake has an album, or even Rick Ross? Do y'all think Drake or Rick Ross has an album that could top Jay-Z's Reasonable Doubt? Drop a 1.
Teamed up with some of the hottest producers of the time, including Swizz Beatz, Timbaland, 45 King, and Jermaine Dupri. But in 2000, Jay decided to switch his sound up and brought in a new line of producers, including Kanye West, Pink, the Neptunes, and Just Blaze. While Jay remained the face of Rockefeller, he and Dame began signing new talents like Cameron, Freeway, and a bunch of young Philly rappers who later formed the rap group State Property. But by 2002, whispers started circulating about some tension between Jay and Dame, especially after Dame reportedly tried to appoint Cameron as vice president of Rockefeller while Jay was away on
Appreciate that super chat, Miss Parker. Appreciate that super chat, Miss Parker.
vacation. Although both sides initially denied any beef, insiders claimed that Jay was annoyed by Dame's media presence, while Dame felt Jay was becoming too distant. Here's how one of the original...
See, I gotta talk about this, y'all. I gotta talk about this. And I'm gonna go back to the commentary, but I gotta talk about this. Did y'all hear what she said? Y'all heard what he said? Jay was annoyed by certain things Dame was doing. Dame was annoyed by certain things Jay was doing. Let me tell y'all something that have partners. If you got partners, if you got a partner, if you got a team, nobody should be that focused on their partner. And this is how partnerships end all the time. This is how partners break up all the time. Because he worrying about you. You worrying about him. The both of y'all worried about her. That's negative. When y'all moving and y'all putting that business down, nobody should be worried about nobody else unless they're not getting the job done. They was the perfect team. Well, let me backtrack. To us. But they had to been a perfect team if they were able to put Rockefeller down. Y'all got to give it to them. So they had to have something. There had to been some kind of chemistry. This is a lesson for everybody. Stop breaking up stuff that don't deserve to be broke up. What they say, if it's not broke, don't try to fix it. We just, our mind frames, we worry about the wrong things. Jay-Z saying stuff about Dame that annoys him. Dame saying stuff about Jay-Z that annoys him. That's so girly, man. That's girly. Men shouldn't move like that.
Rockefeller artist Boogie Smalls broke it down.
Some conversations that me and Jay had, Dame started being famous. You know, the camera. He fell victim to the camera. You know, you liable to say anything. You can beat anybody. Or I think if Dame would have played the role as Kareem Burks did.
But see, stop right there, Beans. This is what I'm saying. You gotta stop right there. Salute Cassandra. Man, y'all see how it's easy for Beans to say if Dame would have did this, if Dame would have did that. But Beans, if you would have did this, if you would have did that, you wouldn't have fell off. Y'all follow me? Y'all follow me? We gotta stop worrying about other people and what other people is doing. We gotta check ourselves first. Beans, what happened to you? That's the first thing people gonna say. Shit, Beans, what happened to your ass then? If you could critique Dame, why you wasn't taking your own advice, Beans? I'm just saying, y'all.
Played the background and just handled the business correctly.
Correct, Terrence. If Beans stayed out of trouble, state property would have been even bigger. But Beans is on the sideline critiquing Dame.
Maybe Rockefeller still will be, you know, the force that we was. And then, but on the second hand, I think Jay was growing. And in my eyes, at a certain point in time, I just think he felt, you know, it's time for me to go ahead and do my own thing. We made enough money together.
Why would I?
We almost done, y'all. We almost done. What the chat saying? What happened? Was he on some gangster shit or what? Beans was. Beans was on some gangster-ish. Legend Crump. Bean messed that money up. And that's what I'm saying. Like, it's easy for us to critique our partners. You know, it's real easy. Man, he shouldn't have done that. Man, why he do this? Man, I wish he would have done that. But in turn, your shit ain't squeaky clean. See? Beans just gave a rundown on what he thought about Dame, but he couldn't critique his own failures. James says Kanye West was the smartest after Rockefeller record split. Facts. Facts. Give me 5 more minutes, y'all, and I'm going to let y'all get out of here. Legend Crump says, Kanye is good for sure. My favorite is Through the Wire. Yeah. Raw says, have a good rest of your day, Rock Squad, off the work. Appreciate you, Raw. Appreciate you, Raw. 5 more minutes, y'all, and then we out of here.
Down these rumors, and he told MTV at the time, all that is paperwork. We'll never break up. It's Rockefeller for life. I would never pass the torch or leave any of my artists. I look at them like my family, almost like my children. I would never leave them with anybody else. But little did they know that Jay had already decided the torch would be passed regardless, and he dropped a bombshell that he would succeed Leah Cohen as the president of Def Jam, and that Def Jam would buy the other half of Rockefeller. See, Jay, Dame, and Biggs had already sold half of Rockefeller to Def Jam in 1997 for a reported $1.5 million. And then 7 years later, in 2004, Def Jam bought the other half for $10 million and appointed Jay as the CEO in a deal that allowed him to continue to run Rockefeller. Now you gotta give it to Jay because that was a pretty nice business move. Jay also claimed later in an interview with 2XL that he had offered to turn down the position at Def Jam and give up all masters in exchange for just his first album, Reasonable Doubt. So I was like, let me get Reasonable Doubt and I'll give up my masters. Jay said, I'll give up Rockefeller. I'll give up president and CEO of Def Jam. Everything. Just give me my baby to hold on to.
So for all of y'all that's wondering, salute, beautiful. I see you, beautiful. Jay says, so I was like, let me get Reasonable Doubt and I'll give it up. The rest of my masters. I'll give up Rockefeller. So Jay allegedly just wanted Reasonable Doubt. He wanted to own the masters to Reasonable Doubt. well, you know, can't get mad at a man for wanting to handle his business how he wants to handle his business. Appreciate you, Legend Crump. Appreciate you, Legend Crump.
So 10 years down the line, I can look back and I got something. I'm not empty-handed. And I was the one being offered everything. I thought it was more than fair. And when that was turned down, I had to make a choice. I'll leave that for the people to say what choice they would have made. That's about it. I don't really want to talk about Dame or Biggs. I don't have nothing negative to say about them. We all bosses, but there's only one presidential suite, Jay added. If you're in a hotel, somebody got to move to another hotel. But when approached for comment, Dame and Biggs told 2XL they were disappointed that Jay kept the Rockefeller name, and they claimed he tried to use it as a bargaining chip to win full ownership of the masters to Reasonable Doubt, the one album they released before partnering with Def Jam. So after they sold their remaining shares in Rockefeller, Dame and Biggs started their own labels. But the drama didn't end there because every Rockefeller artist had to choose which label they wanted to join, and some of them started publicly dissing Jay. Take Cameron, for example. He wasted no time in siding with Dame's label, Dash Music Group, and he claimed that Jay prevented him from taking on the role of vice president. But that's not all. In 2005, Cameron was during a botched carjacking, and he later alleged in the song Gotta Love It, featuring Max B, that he saw the throw up Jay's signature diamond hand signal before Cam raps. First you stole Rockefeller from Dame, second you stole Kanye from Dame, third you stole Rockaway from Dame, fourth I seen him throw that diamond up before the...
So Cam said this about Jay. Are y'all reading? Cam says first you stole Rockefeller from Dame, second you stole Kanye from Dame, third you stole Rockaway from Dame, fourth I've seen the throw that diamond up before they fired at me.
Fire. Now, as for Dame, he felt some type of way about Jay's sneaky business moves because Jay always used to talk about how Rockefeller is family, and Dame actually believed him. But there's another reason Dame felt Jay betrayed the family.
And we're going to come back to that. That's what we're going to end this demonstration off with. What are y'all thoughts? See, this is one thing that I know when it comes to business. Kanye really twisted Jay's hand to get his album out. He on it. This one thing that I know about business. Everybody handles their business accordingly to the way that they want to handle it. Just because you don't handle your business the way I feel as though you should handle your business, that don't mean that you're handling business wrong. And I think, and y'all could correct me if I'm wrong, I think when it comes to Dame and Jay-Z's business as well as friendship, I think that we are on the outside looking in. And I do believe that we can only speculate and we can only say what we would do if we was in Jay's shoes. We can only say what we would do if we was in Dame's shoes. But we're not in neither one of their shoes. So until we're in their shoes, we really don't know. Only thing I could do and the only thing that I could say is I could just congratulate them on the success that they had together. I can congratulate them on the albums that they put out. I can just only congratulate them on Rockefeller, Rockaway, you know, because I would wreck my brain trying to figure out why Jay-Z and Dame really broke up. Jay got his side. Dame got his side. They both have legitimate perspectives. That's Jay's perspective. I can't tell that man how to handle Dame. Dame has his perspective. I can't tell Dame, you should have did this. See, Dame, you should have did that. And that's where we as the people, that's where we always go wrong at. Beautiful says, don't hurt your brain, Shank. I'm going to try not to hurt my brain. But that's where we go wrong at, trying to figure out other people's affairs. You know, like with the Monique. Y'all remember when Monique was suing, I believe, Netflix, because Monique was saying that they only offered her $500,000, but Amy Schumer, they offered her millions. And you know, people was like, man, see, that's the problem with Monique. Man, if it was me, I'd have took the $500,000. That's the point. It wasn't you. Monique knew what she was worth. So when it comes to the celebrities, when it comes to people in general, we got to stop being so hard on other people. We got to stop being so negative on other people and what they got going on. And stop always, if it was me, I'd have did this. You know, if it was me, I'd have did that. See, what she should have done was this. See, what he should have done was that. We got to stop doing that, y'all. I'm going to run this last clip, and then we're going to get out of here. Listen to what Dame says, and then I'm going to let y'all get out of here.
See, Dame felt like Jay had conspired with the culture vulture, Leah Cohen, and allowed him to come between them. Dame later claimed that people like Leah Cohen often use the divide and conquer strategy to start beef between black moguls and turn them against each other. Because the last thing they want is for all black moguls and CEOs to be united and to work together.
My beef was with Lior because I think he's a fake CEO and I think he's fronting on my culture, but he can't front on anybody else from the violence and not bringing, like, you know what I mean? It was like they have people that their job is to create beef so that they can monetize it. Pause.
In another interview, Dame alleged that Leah tried to turn him against a fellow black artist, and he also claimed that he regularly disrespected black folks at Rockefeller.
When I first got with Lior, the first thing he did was try to make me have a beef with another black person on his behalf. And I was like, he's like, you with me, right? If you with me, then you got to go to war with me. Oh, I got a lot of beefs on the street. You going to go to war with me? Let's not do that. So there'll be times that he would be saying things, and like I'd be with like Beanie Siegel or something, and he'd say something that was so offensive, unknowing, unconsciously, just demeaning. And Beanie would be ready to knock him out, and I'd have to be like, I'd have to bark on him, so Beanie didn't do nothing to him. You understand? I'd be like, I got it, don't worry. Like, he was just...
Now, in my opinion, I think Dame got a legitimate excuse, reason. He's saying that Jay chose Leo over him. And he said that, you know, and I get it. I've been in that situation before. Somebody that I'm standing up for, somebody that I'm taking up for against a bully, you know what I mean? This motherfucker that I'm taking up for against this bully, I'm about to get my head split to the white meat, and this motherfucker that I'm taking up for turns around and be friends with the bully and leave me outside. I'm like, this how you gonna do me? So I get where Jay coming from. I appreciate everybody for pulling up. Salute. I'll see everybody tomorrow. Salute.